Listen to this pearl of wisdom. Listen to it carefully, and to the best of your ability, let it sink in. Let it become part and parcel of the way you navigate life, of the way that you manage and navigate your thoughts. Here it is. We are not the Lord's. We are the Lord's. We are not the Lord's. We are the Lord's. You may wonder, what does that mean? But you heard me right. We are not the Lord's. We are the Lord's. We are not in charge. We belong to the one in charge. This is a very profound truth. This is a truth that sets you free. And hear it again. We are not the Lord's. We are the Lord's. Don't get away from this thinking, I came today to play on the English grammar. That is not my intention. This is a very profound truth that has brought me joy and delight and an inner sense of freedom and peace, and has caused me to taste deep fulfillment for the first time in my life. To accept deeply, viscerally, deep down in the core of my being, yes indeed, that I am not the Lord, I am the Lord's. I am not the Lord, I am the Lord's. I am not in charge, I am an instrument. I belong to the one who is in charge. And that's why I can say with confidence, O Lord Jesus Christ, Son of the living God, I surrender myself to you. Take care of everything. In the midst of my activity, as soon as I wake up in the morning, before I retire at night, I repeat this with fondness and a sense of deep inner peace. O Lord Jesus Christ, Son of the living God, I surrender myself to you. Take care of everything. It is even more powerful in the midst of activity, because this knowledge that we are not the Lord's, we are the Lord's. Yes, I'm saying it over and over again. We are not the Lord's, but we are the Lord's. This knowledge, said I, when I fully embraced it, I experienced fulfillment I had never experienced before. It afforded me an opportunity to let a greater power, a greater force, a greater energy of the universe guide my steps. In the spirit of Proverbs 3:6 that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Why does surrender make sense? Because our thinking is limited. Our vista is limited. Our sight is limited. Our insight is limited. Our tuition is limited. Our intuition is limited. When we admit that we are not the Lord's, but we are the Lord's, when we accept that and make peace with it and surrender, inviting the greater force of the universe to operate through us, we are discovering the most powerful and incredible secret of the universe. I don't even know why they should call it a secret, because it's not a secret. I'm inviting you to this experiment. Try it. Remember every single moment of your life. We are not the Lord's, but we are the Lord's. We are not in charge. We belong to the one who is in charge. And we can allow ourselves to become instrument in the hands of that one in charge, the Lord, of which there's only one in the universe. And he will guide every step of our lives. And he will surprise us by infusing in our existence the fulfillment we've been seeking the wrong way throughout our lives. I am not the Lord. I am the Lord's. We are not the Lord's, but we are the Lord's. We are not the kings, the ones in charge, but we belong to the one in charge. Oh, how freeing, my friend, how so freeing that in the midst of your planning, in the midst of everything, you can call upon that force by that simple act of surrender, that act of honesty of recognizing, yes, you've tried to be in charge, you've tried to be the Lord for so long it doesn't work. Take a leave of absence from yourself now. Jettison this tendency to want to be in charge, the person people look up to, da da dee da da, la 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 la, me, and try something different. Oh my word, try something different. Albert Einstein told us, and even before him, many people say insanity is this tendency of trying the same thing over and over again and hoping to have different results. The results you've had have not worked, and they've been the same: misery, frustration, anxiety, fear, hatred, anger, 7 deadly sins. Because you're using the wrong formula. There's only one formula. One and only one formula. Line up and align yourself with the greatest force in the universe. How? By admit to yourself before God and man, we are not the Lord's, but we are the Lord's. We are not in charge, but we belong to the one in charge. By recognizing that and surrendering and allowing his energy and his power to flow through us, something amazing starts to happen. And for the first time, maybe the very first time in our lives, we can taste real lasting success, the variety that is truly fulfilling. Do my experiment and please tell somebody else about it. We are not the Lord's, but we are the Lord's. I am not the Lord, but I am the Lord's. I am not the Lord, but I belong to the Lord. And that is fitting. How so freeing. That's what I wanted to share with you, and I hope this has been a blessing for you. It's been a blessing for you to reside with me and recognize and accept it. We are not the Lord's, but we are the Lord's, and that is fitting. Peace.